European theme parks. What are they like? Are they always overcrowded? Is it overpriced? Do the people there even speak any English? These are just some of the questions I have about European theme parks. I'm standing in front of Energylandia right now in Poland. This is one of the most popular theme parks in Europe. It has received a lot of positive and negative feedback, so we're gonna go through that once I'm in there and we'll see what it's all about. But my main goal in this video is to go visit the top 4 theme parks in Europe to once and for all find the best and the most thrilling roller coaster in all of Europe. Why? Because I couldn't get to enjoy much of these things when I was a child, so now that I'm 29, I think it's time I treat myself well. Alright, and we're in. What the heck is this music? Please someone turn it off. And this obnoxious music was just the first red flag of this park. This looks oddly familiar. You probably recognize these characters, but you can tell there's something wrong with them. And then look at this pyramid. It looks super cool and all, it's really nice, but how does it fit with the theming? Okay, well, in their defense, there is no theming. It is extremely random there, but there is a silver lining to this. In the more recent years, they probably realized that they should actually put some effort into the theming. So they made some new areas, which actually looks super impressive. But because I was instantly distracted by the billboard for the queue lines that said the longest queue anywhere is just 10 minutes. I mean, it was raining, so the park was quite empty. I knew exactly what I had to do. Let's see if I come back alive. I am about to go on one of the best roller coasters in Europe. I had to put my phone in a locker, but I still got my Apple Watch, so I decided to record a quick memo. I had some pretty constructive thoughts, I would say. Just have a listen. Yeah, for a second I even turned Polish. But I will let the coolest guy I have ever sat next to on a roller coaster tell you a little bit more about the experience. Alright, so I'm here with
Oscar. Hi.
Oscar. How would you compare this to some other roller coasters you've been to?
I think this is one of the most hardcore roller coasters because of this first fall down. This first fall down is the most scary because you are falling down and you can't do anything. So you are just falling and screaming. So
thanks, man.
Okay, thank you. Bye. What's your name of your children?
Oscar, thank you so much for the interview. Our friend Oscar told us to go to Zadra, which is exactly where I'm heading right now. It's on the other side of the park. And after a 15-minute walk, I saw it. It looked very intimidating. Look at this. This is where I'll be in a couple of minutes, hopefully. In a couple of minutes? Bro, you literally have to complete the marathon from the entrance of the queue to reach the coaster. And there are no shortcuts, even when the queue lines are non-existent. But okay, Energylandia, I will forgive you as long as this is the only ride with this issue. Classic foreshadowing. Anyway, since I had to put my phone away again, I got a great chance for some more introspective live commentary through my watch. It was hands down the best roller coaster I've ever been to. It is absolutely insane. And if you ever come to this place, you should definitely sit in the back, because that's like 10 times more fun. I really want to go again, but I think it's time we move on to the next things. This is the Monster House, as they call it. Does it look scary to you? Well, it's supposed to. I have never seen a theme park be so good but then fumble so bad at the same time. I mean, why does this ride even exist? Who was the guy responsible for approving it? I really hope he's fired now, because that was a waste of our time. Wow, I am so glad I can get out of this. Oh, this was pointless. To escape my disappointment, I went to a couple more rides before I got hungry, but the race car themed restaurant seemed kinda meh, so I went to get a kebab box elsewhere that cost me around 10 euros. Honestly, that was really good. And for the price, I don't know, I think it's worth it. As I'm leaving Energylandia for today, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm so tired and I'm so fulfilled. Here with my bike in Energylandia, actually in front of it. And it's so amazing how quiet it is at night in here. Being in front of the park at night and seeing it completely empty filled me with a sense of peace and relaxation that I hadn't felt in a long time. Look at this, Energylandia, let's go. Even though I first came here to just review the theme park, I realized that night that I find the sight of a huge, one of the busiest, loudest theme parks in Europe fall completely silent at night much more awe-inspiring and interesting than talking about the food or the rides or anything that's inside the park. That contrast of night and day is something I will never forget. And it's also not something you see unless you actively go and look for it. Well, this is literally a night and day difference between yesterday. There's so many people here and so many buses still coming. I could already see some of the queue lines and they are... Yeah, because the weather was a nice 28 degrees, the park was completely packed with people. The cool thing they had all over the park was these water sprinklers and everyone seemed to appreciate them. Now, I didn't want to wait in the queues anymore as I had already done most of the rides in the park anyway, so there was only one last thing for me left to do. Alright, I just wanted to come straight to the Ferris wheel and just show you the scale of this park. It just keeps going, and this is just one section of the park. So yeah, you get a lot of steps in when you come here. This ride over there seems like the most underwhelming ride I've ever seen. Oh my god, look at the line. On top of the world, baby! This large drop. It's pretty nice. It seems much worse than it is, but the splash in the water you get is also feels kind of nice. Look at this. Yeah. This one, this is the Formula track. It's pretty okay. I mean, everything is okay when you compare it to either Hyperion or this one here, Zadra. I think Zadra is definitely the top one roller coaster I've ever been to so far. But yeah, this is unbeatable, I think. Right after that, I took the last look at my nightmares. If you ever see a 20-minute line for the Monster House, just run to the other side and never come back. And I would show you more around the park, but I don't want to make it a 2-hour video as we still got 3 more theme parks left. Alright, time to say goodbye to Energylandia. And we made it. That was easy. So we are here now in Efteling in Netherlands and I don't hear anything. I don't hear the people screaming at the roller coasters. I'm excited for this. Let's go inside. People are absolutely super nice here. Like the contrast between Efteling and Energylandia in Poland was huge. I don't want to say the Polish were rude or the staff was rude, but they weren't the most polite either. So I feel much more welcome here and let's explore. This is fucking amazing. Look at those frogs. Just chilling, like me today in this park. Look at this. It's amazing. I haven't seen any roller coasters yet. As you can tell, Efteling left me with a much better first impression than Energylandia. It's really beautiful and you can't even tell there are any roller coasters or anything like that nearby until you suddenly discover yourself right next to them. Wait, what is this? I didn't see that before. How did I miss it? Everything just seems sort of out of sight, which gives this very peaceful and nice vibe. Like I really don't even feel like I need to go and find the roller coasters. I just want to chill here, you know. And so everything was nice and chill until I entered the Forbidden Forest. No, I mean the Magic Forest, as they call it. No, I'm kidding. It was actually really nice to recognize some of the characters from the childhood stories. Yo, I found Game of Thrones. What the hell? Let's go. Inside this castle lives the Sleeping Beauty. Should we go wake her up? I know where this is going. But I called it the Forbidden Forest for a reason. And you should only enter at your own risk. Because these little motherfuckers that play music all day, every day, will get you. Is there anything else you wanna say to us? I think we have our answer. Trust me, this tune will be living inside your head for the next 3 years at least. Oh, the magic is working on me. Safe to say, I was relieved to find the exit of the forest. That was close, but we made it out alive. I then wanted to go and find the roller coasters, but I got extremely distracted by how beautiful the park is. And also the people were super chill, maybe even a little bit too chill, because I did catch one of the workers slacking in 4K. I did eventually find one ride that is in complete darkness for the whole duration, which was fun. Okay, listen, it was much more fun than this image here portrays. Trust me. Anyways, as I was admiring the park and really using the first day in Efteling to just enjoy the atmosphere, look at this. Beautiful. Suddenly, I found it. All the major roller coasters of the park are literally in one place. If you just walk around, you don't even notice until you're here, until there's like 5 different roller coasters around you. I didn't see them before. I really wanted to go try them out, but I was feeling way too tired that day and didn't feel like sitting in the queues for 40 minutes for each ride. Being exhausted, I went back to the hotel to rest.
How's it going, boys? My name is Schley. Welcome back to the...
And the next morning, I had a stroke of genius. Alright, so here's the plan for today. It is currently 9 AM. The park opens at 10 AM. I have already bought the ticket online, and the first task is to head to the park a little bit early to see if I can be one of the first in the park. Yeah, absolutely no chance. It was packed even before they opened. But seeing this guy was pretty cool. Anyways, okay, what was the next plan? And the second task is, because all the roller coasters are in a cluster in one area, I'm gonna pretty much just run to this area. Gonna go fast. Let's go. And thus, hopefully avoiding long queue lines. But then, I was met with another gate that they didn't open until 10 AM. Still got 2 minutes left until 10 AM. But once they did, I was speeding through the park, and I'm gonna ride through all the roller coasters as fast as I can. My hope is that I can do it under 2 hours. I'm gonna take time as well, and if I can't do it, then for the rest of the day I'm just gonna chill in the park. By the way, even though I'm staying at a hotel that has no association with Efteling, there is of course a large image of Efteling right above the bed. And then I made it. There it is. The first ride was gonna be Baron, the most popular one in Efteling. And somehow the queue was still 20 minutes, but it didn't matter to me anymore. I was committed to the speedrun. I know you're dying to hear how it was, so here it is. Did that sound a little bit underwhelming to you? Because it definitely felt a little bit underwhelming. Yeah, this one was pretty fun. Not as fun as the more hardcore roller coasters in Poland. It was nice. Anyways, on to the next one. And that was the exact moment where I started thinking that holy moly, look how cool this looks. Maybe Energylandia has ruined me. Because the next roller coaster had 2 loops, but it just didn't do much for me. To be fair, you didn't even need to put away your stuff in the lockers, so that's when you know it's not gonna be thrilling. I feel like when comparing this to the Polish roller coasters, yeah, it's not like that. It's not as extreme. It's a really smooth, really enjoyable ride. But if you want something more extreme, then, so far, Energylandia in Poland is just the best choice. And the next one, the wooden roller coaster, it looks super fun, but I think I was looking for something more extreme. We got one more down, and I think we now have only one to go. And the boat ride, it was okay. Look, I'm sorry. I really think Poland ruined me. Or maybe it's because I was constantly feeling exhausted, so I didn't get to enjoy it that much. But you know what's really epic though? 11:52 right now, which means we reached our goal of doing most of the roller coasters in under 2 hours. Nice. But let's be honest, you don't visit Efteling for the roller coasters anyway. And let me tell you, it's one of the most beautiful parks I've ever been to. And I took full advantage for the rest of the day to enjoy it. By the way, you shouldn't take my opinions in this video too seriously. After all, I'm just a random guy from Estonia making silly YouTube videos. But what you should do is subscribe to my channel. Wait a sec, let me just travel to the next theme park. And maybe even consider supporting me by joining the membership. The tier 1 is only 99 cents in euros, and it would really help me hire an editor and therefore upload more often, because I am the slowest editor alive. Okay, this is not my best transition, but we are now in Germany, in Phantasialand, and I've been very much looking forward to get here. You will see why, but first thing you gotta know, the park is super small. It took me only about 7.5 minutes to walk through the entire park. But don't let the size of the park distract you from the fact that it is absolutely one of the best, if not the best park in Europe. So there are 6 different districts in the park, and each focuses on a specific kind of theming. This should be the fantasy area, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong. Oh, would you look at this fantasy car? That's definitely not straight out from the 1920s. Or all these buildings that are pure fantasy based and not from the 1920s era of Germany. Yeah, it's not called fantasy. It's actually called Old Berlin, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is also where the weird hotel is.
Saying that there's a weird hotel in the Berlin area is an understatement. Oh, it's not a hotel where you can stay overnight. That would be too simple. It's a hotel where once you enter, you will never find your way out.
Well, I'm wondering. Let's go.
And it's a never-ending battle between you and the hotel.
What's this one?
And as the saying goes, the house always wins. But I win more often, so I managed to escape.
That was pretty easy.
It's super fun and a must-do attraction in the park. Just ignore the fact that there can be some traffic jams inside the hotel.
Next up behind me is the Mexican area. This is also where the huge water raft is, which is pretty cool. And yeah, Mexico. It's pretty noisy in here.
Seeing that the water ride had an okay-ish 20-minute wait, I wanted to try it out. What I didn't take into account is that it's a water ride.
Alright, well, I am absolutely soaked. My shoes are super wet, so I'm gonna go back to my hotel for a second and dry up. Yeah, that was nice though.
After drying up my stuff in my hotel room that's inside the theme park... Hold up, I'm just gonna say it once more, just in case you didn't hear me. My hotel room that is inside the theme park. That is absolutely insane. I cannot tell how long I've been waiting for this, because one of the perks of this hotel is the fact that you can walk around at nighttime after the park is already closed in my favorite area called Ruckburg.
Alright, so it is 9 p.m. The park is fully closed, yet I am in the park, just walking around.
I will spoil it to you. Staying in this hotel has been one of my favorite experiences of my life, and I made a whole video about my experience in the hotel, the Ruckburg area, the Fly roller coaster, which is one of the best rides in the park, by the way. And everyone seems to really enjoy that video, so make sure you check it out after you finished watching this one.
Alright, so can you guess where I am now? Yes, we are deep in Africa. That's literally the name of the place, so very authentic African experience. So we'll just chill around here.
It was a really fun place to explore, and this here was the moment I made a best friend for life, even though we never spoke a word to each other. There was one thing that caught me off guard, and that was this dinosaur.
Oh.
Just hanging around here all alone, so I tried cheering him up.
Woo! Let's go! Bye-bye.
But I just felt sorry for him, because all the people were on another street watching the musical performance. Anyways, unfortunately this ride I was really looking forward to was closed for maintenance for my whole duration.
Can you guess where I am? It's pretty obvious. We're in Chinatown.
And by the way, Chinatown, amazing place, super beautiful. The atmosphere, perfect. The food, I didn't taste any, but it looked delicious. Everything was great until I went to the dark ride.
I am so spooked. Actually, what the fuck with you?
And that's when I started to get some flashbacks from Poland, which I'm sure we all remember.
Maybe it's not supposed to be scary, but I really want to find a dark ride that is scary. What is this? What is this pathway here? Alright, well, that was a waste of a time. Let's move on. Next up we are in a place called Mystery. Theming wise, I think this is one of the nicest areas this theme park has. Ruckburg being also one of them.
I'm pretty sure this area is called Mystery mainly because of the Mystery Tower.
So I'm now going into the Mystery Tower. I haven't looked much into it, so I don't know what's gonna happen there, but let's go.
I'm not gonna spoil it to you, but just know that if you're afraid of heights, you might want to call it Misery Tower instead.
That was a super short ride, but it was extremely fun. Yeah.
And then there's the Glukheim area, that's part of the mystery area, I think. And that's also where the park gets a large part of its hype. It's called Taron, one of the fastest multi-launch coasters in the world, and I already know what we need here.
Hopefully it's not gonna be 45 minutes.
It was 45 minutes, but once I was on, oh my god, was it fun. And the sound of the second launch... Man, this is the most satisfying thing I've ever heard. It was so much fun throughout the whole ride. 10 out of 10, you have to try it. Alright, and now finally, now we're in the fantasy world. This is mostly just for children, so I think I'm just gonna walk by this and see what it's all about. The final area of this park. And it was a bit underwhelming, mainly because I'm not 4 years old, but the atmosphere was really nice and chilled. So I just really enjoyed walking around there. Wait a second, aren't these exactly the same thing I saw in Energylandia in Poland? Yep. How boring that must be. Luckily, I discovered this indoor area and there was something really cool in there. I completely forgot about it, but this is actually the place, the indoor place with 2 different indoor roller coasters, and people are saying they're pretty cool, so... Waiting in lines is not my thing. I get so bored and exhausted, but that ride was super energizing, so I feel alive now again. So that's Phantasialand, and after a good night's sleep in my cabin, it was time to say goodbye. It's gonna be really sad to leave this place, but gotta move on to the next one, and the last one, finally. I didn't feel this way when I left Energylandia, when I left Efteling, but man, leaving this place, it sucks. Alright, welcome to Europa Park. Like Jost, yeah? No? Okay. Anyways, I have finally run out of all my white t-shirts. So yeah, this is one of my... I still have 2 more left, so we're good. And it's scorching hot. It's gonna be 29 degrees Celsius today, which I'm really looking forward to, of course. And yeah, honestly, I'm so tired of this trip. Like, I'm really excited to go inside and explore, but I am exhausted. I've got migraines. It's not great, but... Let's just go inside and... As you can see, the park looks amazing. Also the music is pretty good. Is this Paris? Oh, it is Paris, yeah. There are French flags everywhere. Or not Paris, I mean this is the France area, so each area has its own dedicated like a country. Someone help him. Honestly, this park is amazing and there's so much to look at, but I was now getting really excited for the fun stuff. Okay, I get it. It's maybe not exactly what you were hoping for. But listen, at that time, all I wanted to do was ride some of the chill rides and just enjoy the scenery and relax. Really nice. And man, I took full advantage of that, even with the monorail. And I really just can't get over the fact how beautiful the park is. I never felt like, oh, I've seen enough now, I can move on. No, I always wanted to see more and see all the little details they have done in this park. I just felt that I didn't have enough time or the energy. And so at that point, I had already decided for myself that I'm gonna come back to Europa Park in the future years. Alright, this time for sure I'm gonna tell you about the roller coaster. Okay, I guess we're now just chilling in the park and wasting everyone's time. That's the life. Alright, well, that was extremely rough ride. I don't know, it wasn't really good, but it was fun either way. Alright, I definitely need to go on that one. That looks so fun. This one was a super smooth ride. It wasn't scary, it was super fun. Yeah, really high quality roller coaster. It never ends! Alright, that was maybe one of the best roller coasters I've ever been in. That was absolutely insane. It just kept going. It never ended. I think that was the most fun part, like it just kept going. It was a really long one as well. Oh wow, damn. That was a good one. Really good. I don't know how people go to theme parks and not feel absolutely dead by the end of the day. The next day though, I did manage to see a show which was so much better than I had anticipated. The storytelling was great and you don't need to understand the language to follow the story. It was 10 out of 10. But then... I absolutely hate my life right now. Yeah. I spent most of the day on the toilet, so not the best ending for my trip. But in the evening I did go for a walk and pretty much fell in love with the small town the park is located at. Look how nice it is at night. I mean, just look at this. Need I say any more? So yeah. And so that night and on my way back home, all I could really think about was how I wish I wouldn't have done all 4 of the theme parks in a row. Just because it felt like I was speedrunning through them and not really enjoying them as much as I wanted. Because I was just so tired all the time. I guess I just thought it would make a really cool YouTube video if I did them all at once. And I do love making YouTube videos, but I wish I just took more time to enjoy all the theme parks and just be more present in them. But at least I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe go watch another one.